Our next topic is characteristics of management. So we had discussed what do you mean by management, what is process, what is effectiveness and what is efficiency. We all discussed about the what is management. Now we need to discuss what are the characteristics or features of management. Let's see. First, management is a goal oriented process. What do you mean by goal oriented process? Something you will heard or think about the name goal oriented. Goal oriented process means any process which can be helped to achieve your goal or to achieve your targets, so that which can be easily managed or easily utilize your resources. Here we are, goal oriented process which is undertaken to achieve already specified and desired objectives. Means you need to take some objective first, then you have to plan your resources, you have to manage your resources, thereafter it will help you to achieve your objectives or goals. Second, management is pervasive. What do you mean by pervasive? Is actually pervasive generally basically means either it is used in a particular single manner, or it can be used in a many manner or multi manner, or it can be used at everywhere. What is pervasive is all about. Pervasive is generally it depends on the nature of management, that it is in can be followed in all where, all over. See, management is pervasive in nature. It is used in all types of organizations, whether economic, social or political, and at every level. How? Let's understand this. You taught that management is pervasive in nature. How it is helpful in different kind of environments, like economic environment. We will discuss each and topic with an example. Okay. So, in case of economic environment, how management is used? Economic environment basically deals with your economy or economic decisions. In short, here you can write at economic, you can write that it is used to utilize my resources in an optimum manner, as in what to produce, how to produce, when to produce, how much cost have to be incurred, how much time I need to be declared. It all depends on our economic operations. Thereafter, next is social operations. Social operations generally deals with your activities performed by a company should be managed or not, like how you are socializing with your customers or your suppliers or vendors, something like that, how you will plan your resources to manage your customers, how you took feedback from your customers, it all cover under social activities. Next is political, or I must say regulatory operations. Like you need to, for example, suppose you are producing a good and government decided to hike a rate on that particular good, hike a rate of tax in that particular good. Now you need to impact your resources as well as cost, expenses as well as profit as compared to your previous tax to new tax rates. Let's take an example. Suppose you are producing 1000 units of goods. Right now it will be taxed at the rate of 10%. You have to charge with the consumers amount about 10%. Now whenever the government decided to change the rate from 10 to 18%, then you had to decide whether how to I manage or what price I will charge with my customers, as well as how the resources will be managed, what kind of taxes I need to pay my government. It is all about depending on the level of economic, social or political. That's why it is called as a pervasive. Next is multidimensional. Multidimensional. What does this mean, multidimensional? Multidimensional means management is not stuck at your very own single level. It will be very helpful in multiple levels. For example, as I said earlier, that management is done for all the things. Whatever you do in your real life, it all belongs to management. Like whatever the work you perform, whoever the people you meet, as well as whatever the operations you do, all requires management. For example, what is management of work? If we talked about management of work, means it requires what kind of work you are doing, how it will be performed, who will be performed, when it be performed. It all kinds, some answers is management of work. Management of people, what kind of management of people? You need to learn a concept which is called, you have to make people as an order or manipulate so that they can work for you. It is called a management of people. It's like that. Suppose we all have, suppose you have a sibling, okay, in your home. Now you will tell him or her that please bring a glass of water for me. If you request or assist them, then there are chances they won't give you because they are siblings of you. But if you are senior position, if you are elder brother or sister, then in that case you can order them or you can request them in a polite manner so that they will work for you. Or we'll take a different example. Suppose you tell your friend, please do this work for me. Is he agree or not for your respect, as well as is he will do capable to do your work or not? Now it's up to you how you will manage or how you will teach your friend so that your work should be done. This is called management of people. What person I require to complete my work, first thing. Second thing, how it can be done. Third thing, what extra efforts I need to pay so that the person doing the work, I need to organize that, I need to control that. Either he or she is doing the right work or not. Next, I want to find right person was allotted at the right job or not. Okay. Thereafter, management of operations. You need to understand management of operation. What do you mean by operations? Operations is generally the activities or business operations which is performed by a businessman. Now, for example, suppose you are producing a good, you need to bring a raw materials for your factory. Now, raw material is a part of business operation. Okay. Now, whenever you bring the raw material into your factory, you need to manage where to put the stock, where to put the inventory, where to communicate with the vendor, how to place a next order. It all depends with your operational activities. Got to understand by the word management can be multidimensional, how it can be management of work, management of people, as well as management of operations. Okay, clear? Next, is management is a single time activity? Really? No, management is always belongs to a continuous activity. Like, for example, let's take the example of our timetable schedule. Whenever you prepare your timetable, okay, then after preparing your timetable, you have to follow your timetable. You have to do work hard for your timetable, study plan, as well as, for example, you had allotted 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'll study, and then 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'll go out and play. You plan to that, but you are doing 4 to 6 you are sleeping instead of studying. 6 to 8 you are doing the playing part, sport part, friends part, and after 8 you think about the rest, that छोड़ो यार कल पढ़ लेते हैं. It's like we don't like to learn now, we'll learn tomorrow or later. It's a mindset. But कब तक ऐसा चलेगा? When it will require to, sometime it will be finished. Okay, how? Like, you have to follow your timetable on a regular basis, not for a single day, not for a single moment. It should be followed on a regular basis. As well as you need to take your plans, change your plans. If your workout or time out or timetable is not working properly, you need to change your plans. You need to change your whole schedule so that your schedule suits on your timetable. So management is a continuous process. It is not a single process. Thereafter, group activity. Is management done by only a single person? No, my dear, management can't be done by a single person. If anyone manages or if any single person manages the thing, then he will manage only for himself or herself. But in case of business or in case of companies, you need to manage the things not for only a single person. you need to manage for a whole group or whole a company, so that you will acquire a good business and do business in an efficient and effective manner. A group activity, how we can say it's a group activity, you need to focus all levels of management like top level, middle level and lower level. You need to discuss what kind of workers are performed, what kind of workers are hired, how much salary I should pay them, what is the time required to production, what is the salary or what is the minimum employees or maximum employees we are required to complete a task. It all requires a management team to discuss with different areas. Like for an example, regarding stocks, he need to understand with the purchase department that how much quantity I need to purchase and how much I will buy, how much I can store in my warehouse or any location. It all discussed by purchase department. Second, if that production should be sold in a particular time manner, that all should be discussed with the sales department. Third, how many people I should to organize I am working with, as well as I'll employ them. It all depends with the HR department. So a particular manager or management of the company will discuss all kind of departments or their heads that what can be done. That's why it's a group activity. It's not a single activity. Managing and coordinating activities of different people as a team to attain desired objectives. Next, dynamic function. What do you mean by dynamic function? Dynamic function basically means it's very flexible. That is, whenever we require to change our environment, it can be converted or it can be adopted or changed. Like the same example, timetable. If your timetable is not followed by you, what you are doing? You are doing to prepare a new timetable, then new timetable, then new timetable, और ऐसे करते करते हमारा पूरा टाइम खत्म हो जाता है कि सर वी आर जस्ट एंड जस्ट डूइंग द टाइम टेबल एंड टाइम टेबल एंड टाइम टेबल, वी आर नॉट स्टार्टेड आवर स्टडी येट. होता है ऐसा, राइट? देयर आफ्टर, intangible force. Sometimes management what tells that it is not written in any books or it don't tell you what to do or how to do. It is something like support or intangible areas. Intangible means which can't be seen to you. Seems some advices, some support, some guidance, or for example, if you believe in support or guidance kind of thing, suppose one of your family member or one of your elder brother or sister supports you in each and every manner. Now they are giving you their advices. You can't realize, it's not like that you can't realize all the advices at the same time. Some advices are based on the real experiences, what they have been going through. It all depends on what they are sharing with you is all about their experiences, which you can't see. You are just see with the advices and support and guidances. It is not only the complete work. Whenever we required to complete our objectives or our goals, we need to check whether our activities performed are doing correctly or not. Like you planned your production, now you have to organize your production, you need to control your resources, you need to do proper management, but the whole kind of stuff, whole kind of your efforts will shown only after when the target is achieved in an effective and efficient manner. Then only we can say that your efforts are nicely done. But whenever your production is not done in efficient and effective manner, then it won't be helpful for you. That's why what we say, management is an intangible force. Let's see, it is intangible force as it cannot be seen, but its effects are felt in the form of results like whether the objectives are met and whether people are motivated or not. You need to check simultaneously whether your employees are working with you, are currently motivated with your vision, mission and goals. We had learned about vision, mission and goals in class 11, as well as we will discuss about either employee is ready to do work, is he already motivated or feeling negatively demotivated or depressed, something like that? What I have to do so that he will perform a work or he can do a job? That's all depends upon the management team or a manager of company. Thank you.